here to talk about Sovereign, which you had an opportunity to read a very early copy of the manuscript. Probably.
And thank you.
Thank you for agreeing to read it. And over the years we've always talked about our faith, as well as our love for superhero comics, and my previous books with Speed Suit Powers, and we've always had that connection as well. And so you were at the top of my list when thinking about, okay, I need to have somebody else outside of me read this story to tell me, honest opinion, what works, what doesn't, is this going in the right direction, does it make sense, all of those types of things. And so what were your thoughts? I know we were at lunch at the diner when I initially mentioned that I was finishing it up and I needed somebody to read it. And I remember you were like, ooh, you kind of look like Jack Nicholson, like the Joker, like, I wouldn't mind reading it, But what were some of your thoughts when you actually had a chance to sit down with it and start reading it?
Yeah, first thought, it's finally here.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't wait to read it. What struck me about the book is how deeply personal it was. It's like, wow, this is Alan Weaver on paper. Because some of the stories that you shared with me, some family stories, came through in the pages of the book, or incorporated into the pages of the book. And like I see Noble in the book. I see your dad in the book. So I see Ejaniah in the book. So this is okay. It's almost, if you were a superhero, it would be autobiographical. So it strikes me that the book is so deeply personal. So that made me take extra care in reading it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Part of my desire in terms of writing the character, I mean, growing up, I've said, my father gave me three loves, right? A love for God and the Bible, a love for science fiction and fantasy, and a love for superheroes, comic book movies. And we would watch all the movies and talk through all of those things, as well as, talk through the Bible and things like that. So it was always my desire at some point to write a thoroughly superhero movie, a superhero story.
Think big.
And yeah.
Let's get a movie going.
Get a movie going, a series or something. And I knew just from life experience over the years that any time that I've been able to share my testimony, like in terms of, my suicide attempt after high school, having already been accepted to college, God intervening, how if God didn't intervene, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So being able to take aspects of my testimony and different, the way my wife has impacted me, and the way you see in the story how Rebecca impacts Daniel, and my love for my son, and just that interaction, being able to put that in the book as a way of, like you're saying, it's a personal, it's the personal aspects that hopefully help to ground the story, because you do have the supernatural, super fantastic aspects as well. So.